Hi everyone, my name is Alok Uniyal and I lead the Agile and DevOps practice at Infosys. As we all continue to navigate our way through these uncertain times, agility with resilience is clearly the new mantra for success for enterprises. The new ways of working driven by lean, agile and DevSecOps have become all the more relevant as organizations try to transform themselves to adapt to the new normal. But how do you really drive such a large-scale transformation in a complex and globally distributed organization? Well, today we will be sharing with you one such success story, the story of DevOps transformation at HSBC Americas. HSBC, as we all know, is a leading global bank serving over 40 million customers across 64 countries. HSBC partnered with Infosys in this large-scale transformation. And who better to talk about this story than a leader who has led this transformation from the front? Mr. Patra, the Executive Vice President and the Chief Information Officer of HSBC Americas. Don heads the technology function across US, Canada, and Latin America. Over his 25 years of career, Don has played a variety of roles, starting off as an entrepreneur, then moving on to being a consultant with a Big Four consulting firm, and then going on to play various leadership roles at HSBC. Welcome, Don. Great to have you in this session.
Thank you, Alok. Thanks for inviting me, and that was a fantastic and great intro. And good morning to everybody in the session. Over to you, Alok.
Don, let me tee off this session by asking you, what are the key business drivers for the bank to undertake Agile and DevOps transformation?
Yeah, sure. The way I look at from a business driver is, threefold, right? First of all, the market dynamics, what's happening externally with the advent of the fintechs and the big techs, trying to the partnership that's happening with big techs and the banks. And then the fintech starting to, chip away on the profitability of the financial institutions, which is growing very rapidly. So that's one, dimension of what's transpiring in the market, which is, almost forcing, the banks and the financial institution to be agile and nimble, right? Then the second aspect that's more, looking at the customers and our regulators, if you look at our customers, they obviously, clearly they want fast response. Not only that, it's moving towards more, they want to, see us know what they want. What I mean by that is being very predictive. And, we as banks are in a very good position, with the information and data we have about our customers to leverage that, obviously, with their, support to say basically what they really want, because we can do that with leveraging AI and machine learning. So that's the second dimension of what's coming at us. And the third, also equally important in terms of drivers, not necessarily business drivers, but drivers, is the need of people, because with the millennials coming in and the talents, in order to attract and retain good talent, we need to create an environment which is fast-paced, which is also an environment for learning and innovation, where people can experiment, they can have, they're empowered, they have the autonomy to, create, solutions for the business. So it's a combination of all three that's as a driver. But then if you talk about just business drivers, is the first two for more important part. But all three are instrumental and important. That is forcing us to be, high speed and agile and nimble to be competitive in the market.
Yeah, I think quite a complex environment in which the bank is operating, and that makes this whole transformation all the more complex. But I'm also equally aware that bank's internal environment is also quite complex. The way you're structured and organized. So give us a sense of the kind of complexity which existed, around which you actually drove this transformation in the bank.
Yeah, the Americas landscape at HSBC, obviously, it's 7 countries as we speak. But if you look at some of the major markets in Mexico as well as in the US, it's primarily growth through both organic and inorganic, and that adds to a bit of some of the challenges we face with the legacy portfolios that we inherit, and sometimes it's integrated, sometimes it's not integrated over the years. So that's one aspect of the challenge, or you can say a bit of complexity that it brings. But along with that is the geographical spread and the cultural complexity that comes with different languages, cultures across 7 countries. And then you have distributed teams located in different parts of the world, along with the teams in the Americas. We got about circa over a little over 6,000 technology staff in this Americas that are supporting our businesses. We support about close to several thousand services across the jurisdictions in 7 countries, supported in 3 data center pairs, where we got a pair in Argentina and Mexico, and then in US. And amidst all of this, then you have the local, regional, global construct of our organization, and then the 7 lines of business and functions, 3 major lines of business, and then there are functions. And then within technology, you have all the different departments, which is nothing unique, I would say, in a lot of organizations. You will have infrastructure, architecture, different departments that come together. And then obviously as banks and with the history that we have a very hybrid technology portfolio, right? So you can imagine, or take all of this into account, it's